What if everything you know about the devil is actually a Hollywood invention? Let's go back thousands of years. In ancient stories, there was a being called Lucifer. His name didn't mean evil. It meant morning star, the bright, beautiful light that appears before sunrise. According to old texts, Lucifer was one of God's most magnificent angels. He was incredibly beautiful, wise, and powerful. His job was to bring light and sing praises in heaven. But something changed. Lucifer became proud. He started believing he could be equal to God. He rebelled and took many other angels with him. He was cast out of heaven. That moment became the famous story of the fallen angel. But here's what most people don't know. The scary, red-skinned devil with horns that we see in movies, that image was created much later, mostly by artists and filmmakers. The original Lucifer was never described as ugly or monstrous. He was described as one of the most beautiful creations. Over time, stories changed. What started as a tale of pride and falling from grace became a symbol of pure evil in movies and popular culture. So the question is, how much of what we believe about Lucifer today comes from ancient texts, and how much was added later for drama? In the next part, we'll look at one of the most famous exorcism cases in modern history, the real story behind the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. You'll be shocked at how different the truth is from what Hollywood showed us. Now let's talk about one of the most famous and terrifying exorcism stories of the 20th century, the real case that inspired the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Her real name was Anneliese Michel. She was a normal 16-year-old girl from Germany. But in 1973, something started going terribly wrong. She began having seizures. She heard voices. She would scream for hours and act in strange ways. Her parents took her to doctors. The doctors said she had epilepsy and severe mental illness. They gave her medicines, but her parents believed something else was happening. They believed their daughter was possessed by demons. Instead of continuing medical treatment, they called priests for exorcism. For almost 10 months, Anneliese was subjected to repeated exorcism rituals, sometimes several times a day. She was not allowed to eat properly. She was forced to kneel on hard floors for hours. She became extremely thin and weak. During these sessions, Anneliese started speaking in different voices. One of the voices claimed to be Adolf Hitler. Another claimed to be a corrupt priest. The priests believed multiple demons had entered her body. The exorcism tapes from that time are still shocking to hear today. But here's the heartbreaking truth. Anneliese Michel was not possessed by demons. She was suffering from very serious epilepsy and mental illness. She needed proper medical care. Because her parents and the priest stopped the medicine and relied only on prayers, her condition became worse and worse. In 1976, at just 23 years old, Anneliese Michel died. The official cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration. She weighed only 30 kilograms at the time of her death. This tragic case later became the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Now let's talk about one of the most famous horror icons in the world, the Annabelle doll. In the movies, Annabelle is a terrifying porcelain doll with a cracked face that looks pure evil. She is possessed by a demonic spirit and attacks people. But the real story is very different. The actual Annabelle is not scary at all. She is a simple, cute Raggedy Ann doll, a soft cloth doll with red yarn hair and a friendly smile. In 1970, a young nurse named Donna received this doll as a birthday gift from her mother. At first, everything was normal, but soon, strange things started happening. The doll would move by itself. One day, it would be sitting on the bed. The next day, it would be on the couch. Then, small notes started appearing in the house, written in pencil. "Help us. Help Lou." Donna and her roommate were scared. They called a psychic medium. The medium told them a story. A little girl named Annabelle Higgins had died on that land many years ago. Her spirit was lonely and wanted to stay with them. Out of pity, the girls said the doll could stay. But things got worse. Their friend Lou was attacked by the doll. He woke up one night with scratches on his chest. That's when the famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren entered the story. The Warrens said there was no little girl's spirit. It was a demonic entity pretending to be a child. They took the doll and locked it in a glass case in their occult museum with a warning: do not touch. When the movie The Conjuring came out in 2013, the filmmakers changed the doll's appearance to make her look scary and creepy. That one change turned a simple cloth doll into one of the most terrifying symbols in horror cinema. The real Annabelle was never as dangerous as the movie showed. We've now looked at 3 powerful stories that Hollywood turned into terrifying legends. But what is the real truth behind them? Let's bring everything together. First, Lucifer. In the original texts, he was a beautiful, intelligent angel who fell because of pride. Hollywood turned him into a red-horned monster, pure evil. The real story was about the danger of ego, not a cartoon devil. Second, the tragic case of Anneliese Michel, the girl behind the Exorcism of Emily Rose. In the movie, she was possessed by demons, including Hitler. In reality, she suffered from severe epilepsy and mental illness. Her parents stopped her medicine and relied only on exorcism. She died at just 23 years old from malnutrition and dehydration, not because of demons, but because she was not given proper medical care. The Hitler voice was likely her troubled mind adopting the scariest symbol it knew from post-war Germany. Third, the Annabelle doll. In movies, she is a terrifying porcelain doll possessed by a demon. In real life, she was a simple, cute Raggedy Ann cloth doll. The demonic attacks were exaggerated stories. The Warrens placed her in a glass case and helped spread the legend, turning an ordinary doll into a global horror icon. Here's the biggest truth. Hollywood doesn't just tell stories, it remixes them to make them scarier and more entertaining. Real tragedies, historical figures, and simple events get transformed into monsters, possessions, and nightmares because fear sells. But they also hide the real lessons we should learn about mental health, the danger of unchecked power, and how stories evolve over time. If you enjoyed this journey from myth to reality, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so we can keep uncovering more hidden truths behind famous stories.